everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to talk about my law school tips part 5, where I'm going to give you 3 tips that I've learned throughout my stay in law school. Just to give you a quick preview, I'm actually a 5th year law student here in the Philippines, and I am in my last semester in law school, hopefully, yay! So I'm going to be giving you 3 tips in today's video, so let's go ahead and get started. My first tip would be quality over quantity. In law school, you have tons of readings, a lot of reading materials that you have to read. But even though you do have a lot of things to read, that doesn't mean that you have to finish everything and not actually understand. In law school, what's important is quality over quantity, because even if you finished every single reading material, like all the books related to a subject, but if you didn't really grasp what the law meant or like the provisions, it wouldn't make sense. So make sure that you fully digested the provision or like the reading material before continuing. Always ask questions and look for the solutions or the answers to those questions. So quality over quantity. My next tip is the number of materials that you are going to need. There are several authors, several books of annotations per subject, and it is actually quite impossible to be able to read all of them. There are many reviewers from several schools, so you have to choose which material you are going to need. I know I have been a victim of this, because when you are in first year and then you hear a classmate that says that he has like a reviewer for this subject or like a material that he got for this subject, and then you want to have a copy of everything, the truth is, and the reality is, you wouldn't be able to read all of these materials. So just focus on a certain material that probably most of your classmates use, or like what your professor uses, so that you would not have to buy so many things and waste money on several materials. And my last tip for the day would be about professors. In Arellano, we can choose which subjects we are going to take and what schedule we are going to have. So usually we get an idea of who the professor is, and if you have an idea of who your professors are going to be, I prefer that you choose professors who are terror. Why terror? Terror professors? Really? Isay, why terror professors? In my case, in my understanding, or in what I have experienced, it is better to get terror professors because what they teach you actually gets engraved in your mind, and there's something about them being so terrorizing that makes you want to study all day, every day. And these terror professors actually are the ones who are so passionate about the subject that they want to terrorize their students. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I've learned. Especially if you feel like you're not so good at a certain subject, it's best to choose professors who are terror, or those whom they say is difficult to handle, because actually in the end, if you pass the subject with that professor, you actually feel really confident and feel really happy, and like, I was able to do it. I was able to survive, and I did it. So that's it for today's video. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a big fat thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe by clicking the button below. I post videos about law school, travel, random vlogs, and just, random videos. So I'll see you again next week, same time, 7:30 p.m. Saturday, only here on my channel. Good night! Bye! Subscribe by